They're starting to think that it's fake, that I'm putting stuff on the side of the road, putting free signs on it.
You know, do you have it going? Should I
Yeah.
talk?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
sure.
so this is a Easy 5000 Honda generator, and this was in this house when we purchased the house earlier this year. It didn't have fuel in it. The previous owner said that they had it without fuel, but this hasn't been started in probably 10 years.
It's super clean. That's good. Yeah. Most of the ones I see have stalactites growing on the inside of it.
Yeah, I don't know if it has oil in it or not. I assume it does.
Yeah, I'll go through it and
I haven't actually checked.
yeah, but hey, it's about the cleanest one I've seen, and it's nice. It's a Honda. I'm a big fan of the Honda stuff.
Yes, yes.
Cool. We'll get that in the truck. And thank you very much.
Oh,
really
you're welcome.
appreciate it. Cool. Hey guys, so we got this machine back here on the bench. It, again, was a fellow YouTuber contacted me and bought a house. This was in the house about a year ago. We bought the house, and he is going to be installing a regular standby generator with, you know, probably natural gas or whatever's in the area that turns on automatically and can continually stay running. This was in the house. He does not know much about it, never ran it. It was serviced the last time it was put away, but it was 10 years ago, so a decade ago. The machine was brought in for having an issue, probably bad fuel. I'll give you a heads up on this. Kind of freeze frame it if you want. Should come in. It looks like it was steam clean, check for spark, compression, drained, and cleaned the fuel tank. Yeah, so it had bad fuel. Clean sediment bowl, flush fuel line, clean carb jets, test run. Carb jets are clogged and probably had no idle circuit, so they put a new carb on it. Ran it again, and then as the customer asked for, they drained the fuel system and the carb. So again, that was in 12/13 of 2008. This is like 2 weeks shy of being 10 years. We'll call it close enough. And the bill was $249 at that point. So I think this would be good for seeing if something is put away correctly, if there's any issues when it comes back to life. I would not suspect any. It's a high quality machine, higher quality machine, Honda stuff. Big fan of the Honda stuff, as you can tell. So what do you say? I'll pop in a stand. We'll give her a quick little look over, so see what we got for oil, and see if it fires up, see if it all does what it should, and if it doesn't, we will figure out what's wrong with it, see if we can fix that. Judging by probably the length of the video, well, oh, now you did it. Is this going to go this way the whole time? In a second. It's got low oil shut off, so if the oil level goes below a certain point, there's a sensor in it that will stall the engine out so it does not blow itself up, because these have a tendency just to run and run and run over long periods of time, and can possibly run out of oil. He cleaned it off. It was a little bit more dusty. You can see some cobwebs underneath it. Just under there. I say take an air gun, we'll blow some of these cobwebs out of the way. And before we even put fuel in it, let's go drop the bowl and see how that looks. I would think they drained the tank, and they also drained the bowl drain. I already looked at the tank. The tank was like you can even see anything. Let's go pop that bowl out. I got a clean tray. Pretty clean tray. Underneath, in case anything does come out. So this was stored in a garage. I don't think I had any issue with critters or anything getting to it. That came out nice and easy. That's a good sign. Oh yeah. You can see a little bit of crap in the bottom. So what they did was they drained the fuel out, but that isn't quite at the lowest point. So there is a little bit of fuel that kind of stays around there. You can see where that evaporated up and just left a little bit of staining. Now if that was a full ball and it wasn't drained all the way down, you would see a lot more crap sitting in the bottom of it, but that looks really clean. So I just wiped that bowl with a rag and it came right out of there and put that back together. Let's go see how the air cleaner is. The only thing I would possibly have an issue with is the outer foam. Sometimes just from age it deteriorates, it gets gummy and kind of falls apart. Yeah, this black stuff here, sometimes, yeah, it's getting there. See how you can leave your fingerprint right in it? And it's not really foam anymore. It's kind of... I am actually going to remove that. So, just because it didn't have anything in it doesn't mean that age still doesn't kind of affect things. And one of them being that sock. I'm afraid it's going to break up and kind of get into it. Let's we'll get rid of that because I think that's going to do more damage than it is good. We'll blow that one out again. We'll put that back on. Let's go throw some fuel in it. And let's put some of the good stuff in it. Ethanol free. We're not going to put... I don't want to put a ton in there though. Because I'm going to do the same thing. I'll let it run out of fuel. So that we will have it ready to go when it's ready to go. And a lot of times people have good intentions, especially with generators. You know, if your power's been out, as soon as your power comes on, the first thing you're not concerned about is servicing the generator. It's usually everything else that's not had power for the longest time you're trying to address. And they get put on to the side, and before you know it, the power goes out 4 years later and they don't run instead of gas. All right, let's go get on the other side, turn the fuel on, give her a yank. All right, we got her, and so that'd be gas on. Choke is that way. Power's in the on position. The output switch is not turned on yet, but we'll let it warm up, see how the engine is before we get into that. Shall we? How many do you think? I'm gonna go with 2. I think I'm gonna be a liar. Good. Alright, so I'm going to fire it back up again. I'm just going to go watch the frequency and the voltage and see how they are. Heat gun's still hooked up to it. We'll put a load on it, and we'll check it right away, and then I'll probably let it run for a few minutes and come back and check it, see if we have to dial in the RPMs at all. But let's give her a fire back up. Try it with the choke. I'm not sure if it's on or off, I forget. Alright, gas on. That's the choke off. You guys couldn't even see what I was doing, could you? That what, choke on? It probably can come down to here. The frequencies with a load on it was what, 125, so it should be around about 120, which is 3600 RPMs, and the voltage was a little high, should be around 120, 60 and 120, sorry. And the voltage was a little on the high side too. So the frequency was up about 5 or so, and so was the voltage. Let's give a quick look and see if we can find where there's going to be a fine adjustment. Sometimes it'll be on the governor. There it is right there. So that screw right up in there, I'm going to turn up and down after it runs for a minute with a little bit of a load on it, and we'll see if we can just dial it right into 120. There's a better shot of it there. It's essentially just putting a little bit more on the throttle and revving it up a little higher. So we got the frequency at 60 right on the money, which is more important really. But the voltage is up there still a little bit, 128 or so. Again, with that heat gun going, that heat gun's probably 1200 watts out of 5,000. So if you put more of a load on it, it actually might drop down. But I'm happy with it. I think we'll leave everything just like it is. We're just gonna run the fuel out of it, at least out of the carb for now. We'll shut the fuel off and let it run and die. But yeah, it's for more than that, huh? That's what happens when you put something away correctly. It will definitely turn around for you, especially on a quality unit, again, like the Honda machines. So with that, guys, it's a quick little video, but at least it's something, right? All right. So we get into some other projects. I want to thank you all for kind of hanging out in the garage with me and doing some wrenching. So until the next one, I will see you later. Yeah, but how many pulls does it need to start back up again? We're gonna go with one. Oh. Call me a liar.